Now, recently after COVID, we find that a lot more foreigners are having an interest in retiring in Sarawak. This is why the SMM2H is coming into focus at the moment.
Home to the largest flower in the world, deer the size of cats, plants that eat insects, squirrels that fly, 27 different ethnic groups all call this place home, Sarawak. Hi, my name is Fran, one half of the corporate breakout couple. I'm currently in Kuching, Sarawak. Today we're going to talk about retirement in Sarawak. We're going to touch on topics like SMM2H, what is that? Sarawak, Malaysia, my second home. How would life look like for you when you retire in Sarawak? Specifically Kuching, because that's where we are in and we are most familiar. We covered a lot about cost of living in Kuching in our previous video, so do check that out. Therefore, in this video, we'll go more in depth into the local culture, the food, the local brands that prop up the economy. We'll also talk about safety and security, and don't forget our special guest who actually deals a lot with SMM2H, which is actually catered for foreign retirees. Before we continue this awesome video, please like, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share this with your friends.
Traditionally, Sarawak's economy depends heavily on natural resources extraction, such as timber, palm oil, and oil and gas. These commodities still produce a heavy percentage of Sarawak's GDP, and it's not just Kuching, but Miri and Sibu as well, the other main cities. The growing services and construction industry has also been contributing to Sarawak's economic progress. And with progress comes growth, and we can see a lot of new exciting developments here in Kuching, and that's attracting more and more foreigners into this lovely city. With a strong and steady local demand for goods and services and an influx of foreigners, Kuching's future certainly looks very bright. Did you know that Kuching has two main city councils, the North and South City Council, and they are split by the beautiful Sarawak River? According to a local guide, he said that the North and South City Councils are highly competitive, a healthy competition of course, on who can get the town cleaner and who can have better infrastructure like the nicely paved roads and better aesthetics.
As a tourist from West Malaysia, I feel so at ease in Kuching. It kind of reminds me of the 80s in Penang, where everyone converses in English with a smattering of Hokkien as well as Bahasa Malaysia. We were fortunate enough to hang out with several locals on this trip, and everyone is kind of giving out the same vibes and they're saying the same thing. They're extremely proud to be Sarawakian, and they also feel that the government has done a great job to take care of the locals and they prioritize their needs first. My experience of the locals here, they are very friendly, very gracious, and very respectful of each other's cultures and religions. As someone who has been a victim of snatch theft, not once but twice, there's actually a sense of security and safety in Kuching, and it makes me feel very safe here. As a foodie, it has been amazing being in Kuching because I've experienced food and fruits that I've never tasted anywhere else except in East Malaysia. Guys, we are at the jungle market, or rather a Sunday market on a Saturday. So what happens is that the natives will come out from the forest on a Friday night, they stay one night, and then on Saturday, the whole day, they'll be having this jungle market, and then by the time you get to on Sunday, everything's all sold out, right? And guess what? For your Singaporeans, you know, Kranji MRT, Kranji Road, well, this is the fruit. Now, I just had one, it's delicious, it tastes just like perfume. Yummy! People come to this market to specially buy fruits and vegetables that can only be found in Sarawak. So unique. And you durian lovers out there, have you ever had jungle durian from Sarawak? Well, this is it. It's orangey, the flesh is orangey, and it's not as sweet and it kind of sticks to your teeth. I'm sure you all know what's longan, right? Well, this is buah isao, which is the jungle version of the longan, and it's so sweet, so yummy. Now, this is not a bouquet of flowers, okay? This is actually a vegetable called mirin. You can find it on the hilltops in the jungles, and they use this as to cook dishes with belacan or the garlic, and it's so delicious. This is actually John and my favorite dish in Sarawak. This is pucuk paku, and this one can be found at the foothills, right? And we tasted so many other unique fruits and vegetables that came from the forest. What a unique experience. If you retire here, imagine the wonderful food that you can cook, all organic, all fresh from the jungle, and you can come here on a Saturday and this is like your mini supermarket, right? And the prices are so affordable, you're helping the natives, so everyone wins.
Did you know that there are 27 ethnic groups in the whole of Sarawak, including the natives such as Iban, Mindanao, Penang and Malays? If you're ever in Kuching, you must not miss the Borneo Cultures Museum to discover Sarawak's rich cultural history and about how Sarawak came to be. As someone who was born and bred in Singapore and lived in West Malaysia for a few years, I must say East Malaysia and Sarawak for that matter has been an eye-opener for me in terms of learning about its history, its people and how it has changed over the decades.
Welcome to the Sarawak Cultural Village, and this village was built by the government many years ago to highlight how the different ethnic groups in Sarawak live. It was a very experiential tour of the village as we get to climb and enter the different types of longhouses of each ethnic group. We also watched dance performances of several ethnic groups and we enjoyed ourselves tremendously. We even got to blow some darts just like the natives and enjoy the waterfalls. If you want to see some orang-utans, which is Borneo's endangered species, head to the Semengo Nature Reserve, which is a home to a colony of semi-wild orang-utans who are trained and used to human encounters. If you're planning to retire in Kuching, joining the Sarawak Club is a great idea. You can spend your days at the pool, playing tennis, pickleball, and making new friends. There's delicious food at the club restaurants, and you can have drinks at the bar. By being a member of this club, you will also gain access to the other reciprocal clubs, such as the ones in Penang and Singapore. Guys, as a bonus in this segment, we actually have Eileen here, who's actually a Singaporean who's lived here for 32 years and she's a lawyer in Sarawak. She has some experience on immigration matters in Sarawak. So let's get to all the juicy questions for Eileen, shall we? So Eileen, what do you think is the draw for foreign retirees to Sarawak?
Well, I can say that generally this is a very politically stable society and it's freedom of religion. Food is similar to what Singaporeans are used to. But the main draw, I think, is actually the cost. The cost of living here is generally very low, even compared to West Malaysia. Yes.
Just now when we were talking, off the camera, you were mentioning that you were receiving more inquiries about retirement in Sarawak for foreign retirees?
Yeah, that's true, friend, because now recently after COVID, we find that a lot more foreigners are having an interest in retiring in Sarawak. This is why the SMM2H is coming into focus at the moment. SMM2H is actually analogous to the MM2H in Malaysia, except that the requirements and criteria of retiring in Sarawak are much more lenient.
Okay, can you maybe share a little bit about the requirements?
I can tell you that it's open to anyone from 30 years old to and above. So there are three categories. One is 30 to 39, another one is 40 to 49, and 50 years old and above. The requirements differ. The ones that are for 50 years old and above, they're actually very lax in the requirement. You only need a fixed deposit of 150,000 per couple ringgit, 150,000 ringgit per individual, or 300,000 for a couple to retire in Sarawak. No other conditions. Of course, there are other conditions like fit for to be able to stay here, medical clean bill of health, but that's about it.
Wow, what about, like early retirees like myself and John, the age of, let's say, 40 to 49? What would be the requirements?
Those requirements are a bit different because obviously SMM2H is actually targeted towards retirees of a certain age. But they have actually opened up a lot more to the younger age group because they have found that a lot of people have got this interest of retiring in Sarawak. So for your age group from 40 to 49, you can just purchase a house which is 600,000 and above in Kuching. If it's outside Kuching, it's only 500,000 threshold. Or you seek medical facilities here, or you have children who want to be educated in the schools here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about proof of income?
Proof of income is 7,000 per individual or 10,000 for the whole family.
Okay.
Source of income is by offshore funds or income pension funds, if possible.
Okay.
But this doesn't apply to anybody who's 50 years old and above, except proof of funds in the bank.
Understood.
Yeah.
And just for our viewers, all the numbers that Eileen mentioned are all in Ringgit Malaysia, RM.
Yes, that's correct.
Is there any minimum stay requirements for the people on SMM2H?
Yes, there is. It used to be 2 weeks, but I think they realized that it was too lenient. A lot of people were just spending 14 days here, so they've extended it to only 30 days. So 30 days can be broken up into many phases. You can come in and out of Sarawak, and with this visa, you can actually go out to other parts of Malaysia. The visa is a 10-year period. For 5 years, you actually have a visa that for you to come in and out, and then after that, the 5 years, because of the validity of most passports is 5-year period, right?
Yeah.
Then you can actually extend it, and it's quite easy to do.
Wow, sounds quite straightforward, the process.
Pretty straightforward.
So Eileen, where do you see the future of Sarawak heading towards to?
To be honest, friend, when I came here 30 years ago, it's a very slow growth. You could actually see it. But for the past 10 years, I realized there are a lot more foreigners and also locals who were educated abroad coming back to Sarawak to settle for whatever reason, right? But because, as a lawyer, we see a lot of contracts and we find that there's a lot of potential in the resources, and our Chief Minister is actually very progressive in trying to bring Sarawak to the forefront of many, many things. In fact, I feel that many see that Singapore as an inspiration for Sarawak. So they want to be proactive about technology, oil and gas, and because we have so much reserves and resources, they are trying to fulfill this potential.
Wow, that's excellent, and I can't wait to come back to Sarawak for a longer stay. Right, John? I hope that this video has opened your eyes to the extraordinary beauty and wonder that is Kuching, Sarawak. When people usually talk about retirement in Malaysia, they usually refer to West Malaysia, and this is the reason why I'm sitting here today talking to you about East Malaysia and exploring the beauty and the wonder that is Sarawak. That's it from us, the Corporate Breakout Couple. Please like this video, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of our videos. See you again!